So, one last time, so Cheryl, you're in agreement that resources should be allocated for this as this is really an economic development incentive, really. Does it meet our economic development incentive model?
Well, I think it's a council policy decision to determine what the investment is for new development in the area. I mean, you have to determine what you're willing to invest in terms of infrastructure.
So it is an economic development decision.
It's an economic development decision, policy decision for council, that is correct.
And does it fall within the guidelines of our economic development?
Well, remember,
I guess those are only tips.
Well,
the 50%.
That's the only thing that we have outlined today.
That's all I was gonna say. You don't really have anything outlined in terms of an economic development strategy.
Can we do it then legally? I mean, can we do that if we don't have any kind of an ordinance that gives us the power to make those kinds of deals? I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, there's the terms that have been laid out here, I don't see anything that would prohibit us from entering into that.
So do you think you need more time to provide more guidance or more time to hammer out a deal?
No, what I think I hear council saying is they're willing to accept the right-of-way, and that's sufficient for this roadway. That's what I think
we accept the right-of-way, and then whoever has a need for the road first builds it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Not the entire road, that's not what you're hearing. Not the entire road, it's important to specify that.
It's
Well,
by segment.
Yeah, it's by segment, but it could be, I mean, just like you said.
It could, but they're not
best case
obligated
was-
to it.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And then
The preference is that we build the whole road if we can. But barring that, we're willing to allow the developers to develop the road as they need the road, and then as we decide to convert to arterial, we would we would build the rest.
And then the last component of the agreement, I want to make sure I'm clear that there's consensus on this, because I think the owner's been very clear, that we would give the attendant commitment that they would not be required to pay for any costs of construction. Now, they dedicate the right-of-way, but they would not be required to contribute at all to the cost of construction of the roadway, other than what they are going to build because
They have to.
well, because
For
they're
access to their
but understand that if they don't get development, then they won't build anything, and we'll pay for 100% of the cost
When we need it.
When we need it.
when we need it.
The other piece of that, though, is it also commits them, if I understand correctly, to not build private drive access. They're going to be committed to the roadway in itself, so we're going to have a benefit from that.
Right.
Where they won't segment the parcel with a private drive, which they could easily do within the C3. So they'll
Yeah.
I don't know if there's wording that can define that better than what I stated, but absolutely, I think that's a benefit that the city has to look at, say, you will not private drive this development.
Yes.
It will be part of a public road to get the speed of what we're looking at here.
Make no mistake,
Mhm.
that their dedication of the right-of-way is certainly an economic benefit to the city.
Great.
But we still don't know the cost versus the benefit, right? I mean, we're sort of signing a blank check and saying,
No,
Well, I think
that's not in the lease.
I think we do have estimates on the cost of the dedication of the right-of-way. I think we valued it at, $3 a square foot for about $330,000 total. The cost of construction of the three-lane road, Brian, all the way through is 1.3.
I was thinking 1.2 or 1.3 million.
Yeah, so the cost to actually build the road will be another $1.3 million. Which, I mean, with this commitment that we're gonna be entering into, they won't pay any of that unless they stub it for their attendant development.
So who blinks first?
I mean, well,
Or am I incorrect?
I mean, what if, I just think there's something in here that we could lose out on, and I can't figure out what it is. What if they sell the property, and I guess the agreement goes with the next property owner?
Well, you've already got the right of way.
Yeah.
No matter what.
They can't fix
And-
that.
and-
Fix
and-
that.
And
we
Councilman,
were-
if I can help, and I understand, it's worthy of drilling down on it, but you know what? If the road had been built the way after we paid for 188, and we gave all that right away, and it had gone the way it was, we weren't paying for any of that.
Mhm. We would have paid for all of it.
So, Ryan, in your experience, is this consistent with other projects that you've seen as, not as a developer attorney, but as a city attorney?
I think Cheryl hit the nail on the head earlier, that usually, a development has to pay their portion share of the impact on the road.
Which we're getting with this arrangement.
I mean.
We don't know.
It's, the total cost of construction, 1.6, when you include the right-of-way, and they're given about 330,000 plus whatever they may build. So I don't know. So, I mean,
So
I haven't done the
still,
study, so I don't know.
We're still spending $1 million, and we're getting
No,
$330,000 in value.
We're not spending a cent until we actually decide to build the road.
And we're getting more back, I mean, you have to look at this as,
Yeah, tell me how.
well, I mean,
okay,
if
'cause
retail's going out there and you're driving business, you're driving sales tax,
tax
you're
revenue.
driving development, you're increasing property values, I mean, there's more to this than just the physical aspect of the road.
Well, and this is where I disagree with you. You have no idea what's going in there. And so you can't make that judgment call right now. You really can't.
Well, here's one of the.
I mean, we've had these,
Right.
ask,
And
maybe we
then
should ask.
then we don't have to build the road.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, they're not asking us to do anything. They're basically saying, we're gonna give you the right of way. However, we're only gonna build the road that we need. If they put, I don't know, whatever out there that doesn't drive any traffic, we never have to build the road. I mean,
That's the big thing. We always talk about, when we're in a situation, we talk about this with the 175th corridor.
Mhm.
Do we want to build it out in hopes that they come? With the agreement that we've talked about here, we don't have to build anything until they come, and even beyond that, at least contractually so. Now, we may decide to do that a different way if we want to build the road out first. If they stall, we could do that whenever we'd like to, because now we have the land to do it, and we don't have to go buy it from them.
Yeah.
But the other piece of that is, we're not obligated to do it in any way.
I think, to be honest, I think this is a much better situation than if we would, I mean, we've got a.
We've got consensus.
Absolutely.
How about a motion?
so what is the motion? That we're gonna move this?
To continue.
Consensus
All right.
on it, though, so.
All right, I move that we, continue new business item number 4 within 30 days.
Second?
Motion Harrison, second Freeman, that we continue new business item number 4 to come back within 30 days, which should be the second, council meeting in September.
Mhm.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, new business item number 4 is
Foreseen in 30 days,
continued.
moving forward, thank you.
New business item number 5. Consider adopting a resolution accepting the integrated resource plan, initial 5-year plan dated August 18th, 2014, for the city of Gardner. Dave Green, good evening.
Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Hang on.
Oh, come on, I know you didn't just say, uh-oh.
Actually worked my way through college in the audiovisual department, so. Okay, hang on here. Okay, where do I point it? Could you advance it, please? Thank you. The integrated management plan that we're presenting you, this all stems from the fact we received 0.7 megawatts of hydroelectric power from the Western Area Power Administration, which is a arm of the Department of Energy. Because it is a federal agency, we need to comply with the Energy Policy Act of 1992, and the Integrated Resource Plan basically allows us to meet the objectives of the Energy Planning and Management Program, part of that act. The power that we're receiving, we received through KMEA. We've had the contract with Western for quite a few years, and it wasn't until